Well, welcome back to the Piney Woods Homestead, y'all. I do believe that love is in the air. Well, not really. It's just nature at its finest here. Sampson is very excited with his new roommate. We went ahead and got Dixie down this morning. Y'all, she followed me like a champ. She is a smart pig. Just followed me right up in there with Sampson. Already gave him some feed and some corn, and he was chowing down. Didn't even realize she was in there until she decided to come over to his pan and eat. And he suddenly forgot all about his corn and feed. And he has been very interested in her for about the past hour. She's having absolutely nothing to do with him because she's got about 10 days, y'all, before she comes back into heat. And then she'll be very interested in him. But we wanted to go ahead and get her moved because we're calling for some more rain later this week. And it's dry. It's not really dry, but it's not as slick inside of Sampson's lot as it was. And I want to go ahead and get her in there, so I wasn't trying to move her into there on just an even sloppier day. Give it hopefully some time to dry out before she comes into heat. That way Sampson has good sure footing for hopefully making some babies. And y'all, I believe that's going to happen because he's already got that natural instinct. He is raring to go. Obviously Dixie is not. Anyways, guys, I'm going to build some lumber today. We appreciate you stopping in at the Piney Woods. Hit that like for us, subscribe if you hadn't, and if you have, as always, y'all, we appreciate you. Let's get some lumber milled for this off-grid cabin. Y'all, I'm taking my time getting this milled this morning. This is probably the only log that I'll do today. But I don't know if you can see down here, these worms that like to get into pine, at least our southern yellow pine around here. See if I can get you down closer. They're starting to bore down even further, so I've really got to get this log deck knocked out. And I may do another log today. It's just really wet all around. We live in a bottom, y'all, in a valley. Got a lot of gravel down, but I'm trying not to mash that gravel down into the mud because then it's gone and you'll never get it back. So I'm just trying to do what I can to keep us moving forward without tearing up too much out here. It'll dry out in a few days if the rain will ever slow down. But I got to step over here. We got to take a look at these pigs because Sampson, he is running Rosie back and forth, and he'll eventually calm down. When she comes into heat, it'll be a different story. But right now, he's just experiencing something new and having a good time with it. And she's not liking it one bit. Boy, leave that girl alone. Leave that girl alone. Just for a little while. Whoa there. Y'all, I can't tell if Sampson is sounding like a hit-and-miss engine or a Harley right now, but his cadence, his tone His grunts, everything is definitely changed about him since we led Dixie in there this morning. And y'all, she can take care of herself. I bet she outweighs him by every bit of 50 to 75 pounds. She's a good sized girl. She's lean and mean. She's just a little bit taller than him, but he's got nice long back legs. And so he ain't gonna have a bit of trouble when she's ready, but she ain't ready right now. But I'm ready to get back on this mill. I'm getting 4x4s cut, and I'm gonna do store dressed dimensional lumber, so I need to measure one, but I believe that I've got a couple laying around end pieces. I believe that's like 3.5 by 3.5. And there's a reason for that. I've told you before, it's lighter for me to tote around. Plus it's working out with the application I'm doing up there on the off-grid cabin when Lisa and I go to stand these things up for corner posts and sidewall supports. So I'm gonna get that done, get my solution mixed up, get them sprayed, take care of these bug boring beetles. Alright y'all, what you're looking at here is 6 decent dressed 4x4s. And I've got a couple, I got one that's kind of shaggy on the bottom. It's not quite a 4x4, but I can still use it. And I've got a couple pieces that are pretty much going to be, not waste, they'll get used for bracing or something to that effect. But not too bad. I'll get this cleaned up here and show you what they actually look like and just how bad the worm damage is on the inside. All right, y'all, that wasn't too bad. I've got actually 4 that are really good. more from the heart of that log where the worms hadn't tunneled that far yet. And I've got a couple that aren't quite true 4x4s. That's fine, I can use those on the walls, but I've got 4 for the 4 corners. That's the most important part that I need right now anyhow. And we've got a few that don't really make the cut, so I'll use them for something, whether it's bracing or whatnot. But I'm gonna get these things treated to keep those bugs from doing any more damage and to work on preventing fungal decay on this lumber that we're using in the off-grid cabin up the hill. And so, guys, I appreciate you hanging out with me as we checked on those pigs. Sampson's a happy boy this morning. Dixie, not so happy. But she'll be in there she'll come into heat in about 10 days. I got a feeling Sampson's gonna have no problem taking care of what he needs to do in there. And then she'll stay in there for 21 more days just to make sure she doesn't come into a heat cycle again. And that should give us time, hopefully, to get a couple of really cold days in December to take care of processing the sow that we have down there, Rosie. Take care of processing her, making all that sausage and bacon. And then we'll move the new gilt, Buttercup, that Lisa's name, well actually I named Buttercup. We'll keep Buttercup over there. And I know I say I don't name stuff that we eat, but sometimes I do. Y'all just take what I say with a grain of salt sometimes. It's hard not to get attached to these animals that you're raising, y'all. Anyways, we appreciate you. Y'all have a good day, a great week. We'll see you on the next video. Hopefully it'll be dry enough. We'll get up the hill that way to that off-grid cabin. We'll see you.